everybody, my name is Brooke and I'm a full-time freelance reporter. I am making this video to show how to be a full-time multi-platform freelance reporter on a major shoestring budget. I've been a full-time freelance reporter on a major shoestring budget for some time now, and so I feel like I have something of an authority on this sort of thing. I've also talked to people, gotten their recommendations, done my own research, occasionally bought things that I shouldn't have bought, and so I'd like to share this in hopes that this might help somebody else. So, first of all, my background is radio reporting. So I already had some stuff, but I remember how much it cost, so I can go into that. And it's helped me with my video stuff and my photography. And with that in mind, I bought things that were useful for multi-platform, activities. So if you want to go out and shoot video and then do a radio story and then do some photography, you have everything in one small bag. And I do mean a small bag. Right now, the multi-platform reporting industry, it's never been a better time to be a multi-platform, multimedia journalist, except for the part where reporting is dying. And I highly recommend you go into law like your mom told you to, because otherwise you're going to have student loans and you're not going to know how to pay them off. And, that's a whole thing. Anyway, but all that aside, ignore that part for the moment, because this is how you're a multimedia, multi-platform journalist. Okay, so first of all, I have a Canon EOS M. This is a discontinued mirrorless camera by Canon, obviously, EOS M, and it is fantastic and superb, and I cannot say enough superlatives about it because it is a wonderful, wonderful camera. Everybody hated it. It was reviled and panned by everybody because the autofocus is very slow and it searches. You can probably see me going in and out of focus. I can't monitor myself, so I can't use manual focus, and plus I wanted to show how it does this. And people hated it. I mean, of course, my answer to that is if you're going to be a multimedia journalist, then you better damn well learn to do manual focus, because you're going to be buying things on a budget. So the Canon EOS M I bought for $250. That included a 22mm pancake fixed lens with an aperture that goes down to 2.0. It's awesome. It is very sharp and clean, and the video is pretty great as well, as you can see. And you can also buy a mount for it, so it can use Canon and Nikon lenses. I haven't gotten there yet because that's like another $300, and that's some stories away. Attached to the Canon EOS M, I have this giant squid lavalier or lapel mic. It is a wired mic. It was $50. So $250 for the mic, or for the camera and the lens, and another $50 for the microphone. This is a plug-in power mic. Plug-in power. Remember that. Do not get sidetracked by the wonderful, Sennheiser and Shure mics that are not on plug-in power if you're going to be using an outfit like this, because they won't work. You're going to need to put it through another, thing that I can't remember the name of it ever, but it's like this doohickey that with XLR connectors, and it gives it the added boost of power that it needs to use those really nice high-end mics. But the sound is, I can barely tell the difference between the giant squid microphone, because that's what this is, and a Sennheiser mic that's 4 times, 5 times the price. It's great quality. So there's all that. If you're interviewing somebody who's walking around, this is what I have left over from my radio days. It is a Zoom H2 recorder, and I cannot ever say enough good things about this thing. I bought it in 2007 for $199. I think it still retails around that, but you can find used ones obviously for a lot cheaper. I have taken this all over the world. I've dropped it in puddles. I've left it at bars and then had to go back and find it again. Yeah, I do stories in bars, okay? And it's great. The internal microphones are clean. You can go without using an external mic, but if you do use an external mic, use something with plug-in power. And you have to set, there's a little internal menu, you can set it. inside, so it knows to provide just like a couple of volts of power to the microphone so that you can actually use it. One caveat is that I've noticed when you use this external microphone and a few others, there's a slight hissing. I don't know if I can fix that internally with the software or if it's just kind of like a bug, but if you're using it for video, it's totally workable. You can barely hear it. The only reason that I do hear it is because I'm accustomed to listening for that kind of thing. You probably won't even notice it, but hear for yourself. So all you have to do is hook it up to whoever you're interviewing. Wait for it to boot up, which takes a little while because I have a slow card in here. And plug in your microphone and you're basically good to go. As soon as it boots up, right? In the meantime, I will talk again about Zoom and how awesome they are, and I wish I made money off these endorsements, but I don't. So Zoom, anything they make is gold, from what I understand. The H1s are great, H4s are perfect, the H2s are even more perfect because they're cheaper. They have a newer model out called the H2N. I don't know what makes it better, but apparently it's better. I don't know how you can improve on this, honestly. I mean, this thing is great. I guess, maybe they do away with the hissing noise, or I don't know. Do some research and get back to me because I would love to know if I should upgrade. Anyway, now I'm talking into this, actually I don't even need to talk into this. You can hook whoever you want up to this. They can hold it in their hand, put it in their pocket, whatever, and cruise off. And all you need to do is sync it up in post-production later. The audio sync is pretty easy. The video editor that you use is up to you. I use, depending on my mood, I use the free version of Lightworks, which I just love, but you can only export it in like pretty low quality video unless you pay like a whole bunch of money, which I don't have, or Movie Maker or iMovie, take your pick. So you do have to sync it up, but once you get that down, you're great. So Zoom H2. There's also, oops. I have another recorder, the Marantz PM-D620. A lot of my radio colleagues swear by this. It's a good recorder. I mean, it's about the same size, but I don't like it as much. First of all, it cost about $500 as opposed to $200. And that was a pretty bad decision on my part. I bought it because I thought this would be my primary recorder and this could be my backup. I bought them both around the same time thinking that this was so cheap it had to be, ridiculously poor quality sound. I found that the sound quality is just about equal with the internal microphones, but this has a tendency to like randomly erase files, and that is not okay. If that happens, you will cry. You'll cry. So Zoom H2 wins. PM-D620, if you get one for free, totally use it. Just use a backup recorder. And the Zoom H2 is reliable as a toaster, so it's never let me down yet. And again, I've had it since 2007, so however many years that is, that makes me sound old, never mind. Last but not least, iPhone, or, just any kind of smartphone. This poor phone has seen so many better days. And this will, you can use it for backup photos. You can download apps that will help you like do backup recording. You can, I just discovered an app that converts documents to PDF files on my phone, which is just amazing. I can do it from anywhere. I know that that's really pedestrian, but that's awesome, okay? And you can also put microphones on that and use it as a backup recorder. There's apparently magnetic mics that you can use. One of my colleagues was telling me about this, that are about $20, and they provide pretty damn high quality sound. He sent me a sample. I don't have them. I don't know, but they look pretty great. So the final thing is the GorillaPod that my little EOS M is currently attached to on my fridge, in case you were wondering. Ooh, ice cream. Ooh, vanilla caramel fudge. I do have tripods. I have some very nice tripods that I get, there's a camera store down the street that'll sell beat up old but high quality ones for a fraction of their price. That I ended up with a really good one for about $20, when new it would have been at least 10 times that. But this GorillaPod knockoff cost me about $30, and I've had it for years. It's great. You can wrap this little camera on anything. It won't work, this size won't work with a DSLR. I actually originally bought it for a point and shoot, but it works with this mirrorless camera and it makes everything awesome. So to recap, Canon EOS M, $250, assorted third-party software plus video editor, which is free unless you want to pay for it. I don't know why you'd want to. The lapel mic from Giant Squid, that's $50, so we're up to $300, plus 30 to 40. We'll go with 40 because I can't remember how the hell much this GorillaPod knockoff by Targus cost me. It's probably 40, so we're up to $340. Zoom H2, $540. Smartphone used on the internet, $100, $640. So all of this was about $640, which is an incredible deal for anybody who wants to be a multimedia, multi-platform journalist. And I strongly, highly recommend any and all of this equipment. If the Canon EOS M breaks in the next year or so, I'll probably be annoyed. But at the same time, for $250, I mean, this is high quality stuff. It's not 4K, it's high quality, but it's still, again, $640 total. Initial investment is, it's amazing. I mean, a microphone would have cost me this 5-10 years ago. So as I've been saying, it's a great time to be a multimedia reporter, except for the reporter part. But, other than that, it's a great time and you can do all kinds of creative endeavors with it. So there you go. Those are my endorsements and my non-endorsements. Please feel free to write me if you have any other ideas, and enjoy.